After hearing all the testimony, at this point, do you think that Cassie is a victim of sex trafficking?
No.
And before we get too far, his former aide is Brendan Paul.
Brendan Paul, yes. Played for Syracuse.
I think Cassie is a victim of abuse, for sure.
For sure.
For sure. But sex trafficking, I'm gonna have to say no.
Yeah.
If anything, she's participating.
Yes, if anything, she was participating in sex trafficking.
anything.
But I don't think she's
I don't know,
a
'cause
victim of sex trafficking.
No, I don't think
Based
so.
off what I've read what sex trafficking is, I don't think so. There might be little signs that they can maybe sway somebody to believe that is sex trafficking, but to my knowledge from what sex trafficking is I don't think she was sex trafficked.
And before I move to my next question, I was watching this show called Truth Be Told. And sex trafficking is very weird because there is in this season there's these girls missing, and the girls are on drugs, right? And so since they are on drugs and they get them from a drug dealer, the drug dealer uses them and pimps them out to people. And that is deemed sex trafficking. But in this episode, she calls the girl that they're looking for. She reaches out. She said, "Hey, we've been looking for you. Come on home. Where you at?" And she was like, "I can't come home. I got to stay here with Manny," or whatever the guy's name was. He had a code name. You know, he supplies me with what I need, and, you know, I do favors for him. And I'm like, how do I frame this? Is sex trafficking a way to give rights to people who have sacrificed their free will to drugs? Or sacrifice their free will to someone because they feel that they may owe this person? Is that what that law was written for? I don't know this. I'm just trying to determine because, just like I said, I'm watching this show, and in her conscious mind, she has made a decision to suck dick to get heroin and to make her, you know what I'm saying? To I still get my heroin, he's good, and we good. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's very cloudy.
Well, being the conspiracist, I feel like trafficking laws were made against pimping because those were the people that was really actually trafficking. But what they talk about when they talk about the trafficking law where you can go to jail is actually called guerrilla pimping. And what guerrilla pimping is beating women, drugging women, making them go out there and do it against their will.
Okay. All right.
That's what guerrilla pimping is.
What was DJ from
So when we add in so now we add in the coercion piece. Is that for the guy that doesn't use violence on his hoes?
See, that's just regular pimping. Regular pimping, they just, hey, they around him for protection. They go do what they want to do, and he is not making them do anything.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? He's not making them do a damn thing.
Using that example.
That's helpful.
Using James' example, what he just described, when there's no force, it falls under the larger umbrella of human trafficking. What they're trying to prove is sex trafficking, which is the force, the physical abuse, all of that, because that is what they're trying. I guess that's what they're trying to prove, that he, although she was making a decision to continue to do these things, whatever, all of it was coercion, all of it was force, all of it was requirement for her lifestyle, for her I don't want to say her drug habit, because are they trying to say she was addicted? I don't know.
She was addicted. She went to rehab. She said she was addicted.
So it's like they're trying to show all these different angles of this particular segment of human trafficking. But if we broaden it out, he definitely is responsible for human trafficking. Sex trafficking at this point, I think they are going to possibly lose that just because of how they're presenting it.
I don't think she's a victim of human trafficking as well. I don't think she's a victim of human trafficking. I don't think she's a victim of sex trafficking. I think she's a victim of abuse. I think she entered into a relationship, and in that relationship she was abused. I don't think she was trafficked at all.
Now, that law is kind of iffy.
So you think the freak-offs where she could have just not done the freak offs at any point in time.
So this is what I'm telling you. There's my side of the story. I was talking to somebody, I don't know who it was, and I was like, I really want to hear this person's side of a story, right? And the only reason I want to hear it is because when you get two sides of a story, you get more of a picture and you get more of an idea what the fuck really was going on. If I come in here, if James give me one side and Johnny give me another side, I get more of a picture. But if all I got is James' side, then yeah, what you saying is true. She was human trafficked according to her, but in this case, we're hearing two sides of a one-sided story that we got 2 years ago. And on those two sides, we're hearing that from you never wanted to be with Diddy. And you did it because you felt like you had to. But then it comes out in court that you went into this relationship with this man and you liked him. And he was nice to you. And you started these freak-offs because that's what he liked. And that was your man and you wanted to make him happy, so you did it. To me, at this point, I don't hear sex trafficking.
Yeah.
And to the point where the relationship gets abusive and you want to leave, well, I'm sorry if I got both sides of the story now. To me, it just sounds like an abusive relationship. Something I don't get involved in real life. If somebody is in an abusive relationship in real life, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Like, girl, you need to leave.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. But to go to court against a man beating you and say, well, this nigga trafficked me, to me, just being the third party in that situation, knowing both of the parties, I'm like, well, nigga, that was your boyfriend. And y'all was doing this together. And in every abusive relationships, there's ups and downs, and that's what they had. They had moments of happiness. And in moments of happiness, she made phone calls and set up freak-offs because that's what he liked to do. And in moments of downs, she didn't want to do a freak-off. Just like in moments of downs, your girlfriend don't want to suck your dick. So it was the same fucking shit. And then in moments of ups, hey, let me get the drugs. Let me set up the rooms. And then moments of downs, oh, he hit me. I'm out. So it's like, we don't need the legal system for that shit. That is an abusive, tumultuous relationship.
Yeah.
That girl could go anywhere with that story and get anybody's sympathy with just her side. But with both sides, it don't look the same. It just looks like, man, you were in an abusive situation. I'm happy you got out that situation. But and to take it further, she never said in her documents that she was being trafficked. She was saying, I am a victim of abuse. This is how I was abused. This is how I was used by this man. Give me my $30 million. The government is saying she was sex trafficked.
Yeah.
So, human trafficking, or whatever you want to call it.
But see, another thing that I was trying to add in with trafficking, because they also pin trafficking to go in state to state as well. So if you were doing these things in LA and you ended up in New York and y'all had a whole time of just doing, they try to like link that together as well in trafficking. You know what I'm saying?
And I think the only people being trafficked are the male escorts.
They traveling to get that.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
they've been
it ain't
trafficked.
like-
They've been purchased for sex. They've been bought across the lines.
But
Yeah,
why
well,
wouldn't they pimp be the
that's-
one on trial?
That's
then?
the trafficking then.
That's the trafficking to
yeah,
me.
that's the trafficking then.
The relationships are fucked up relationships. The abuse is abuse. The grape is grape. But the trafficking, the literal trafficking, you're guilty of it.
Yeah. Because if
Diddy's
you call
guilty
somebody
of
up,
it.
say, I'm going to give you some money to come over here and whack
That
my
lady,
girlfriend.
Christina Quorum, is guilty
Yeah.
of it. The staff is all
Seriously.
guilty of it. They set up the trafficking that happened for them. I don't know.
And literally, they tie penalties. So wherever he came from, like, let's just say he came from Texas. Nigga, how the law is set up, they would try to say that my man traveled from Texas to L.A., slanging dick. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Getting paid for it.
But why wouldn't the escort service be the ones that's on trial then?
Because the government don't want that. So
But
they
see-
won't Puff Daddy.
And it's all illegal, but see, you did the illegal act by purchasing.
If that's the case, I know a lot of niggas that should be in jail for sex trafficking.
Why you had to put my man's out like
All right, so
I just said I know a lot of niggas because a lot of niggas buy pussy.
okay, so
True indeed.
do y'all think the charges match the actual crimes that he committed? That was my other question, y'all.
Nah, I feel like she should just press charges on him, and just took her settlement and walked away. I don't know why the government got involved.
I think they're trying to prove. Well, they got involved for a plethora of reasons. Like he's tied to a lot of people. This was kind of their intro in, I think. So now they're trying to prove that he did all these things, and I am in agreement. The true sex trafficking that is cut and dry are the male escorts. So I think all the charges, I mean, they align if they have a case for it, if they have the examples to prove, but I really do think some of it they are scrambling to try to force the charges to stick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Diddy might have been right. Maybe they really was just trying to bring a black man down.
I ain't gonna follow that. But all right. So the prosecution is resting his case this week. Hold on. Back to what you said. Yeah, it's like yes and no. It's like yes and no. But I'll go back to that.
But Diddy had said earlier when he got arrested that he gonna win. He gonna prove that a black man could win a federal trial or something like that along those lines.
He gonna do some
But
jail
he was
time.
just saying that this is all they just trying to bring a black man down. That's what he was saying.
Oh, okay. Well, he gonna do some jail time.
So
I'm thinking about maybe 8.
I'm with you. So the prosecution is resting their case this week. Do you think they made a compelling enough case to get a guilty verdict, or can the defense cast?
I feel
enough
like once the
reasonable doubt?
defense come through, I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like anything that they did, the defense about to come through and just wipe it off the table. So, because I just don't feel like they made a strong enough case. Like I feel like everything that they did, the defense can go back, bring in their witnesses, and disprove. Besides the abuse, but he's not on trial for that.
He's not on trial for abuse.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
He's
he
not on
already
trial for
did
abuse.
that.
He's on trial. He's on trial for trafficking, and if he abused people, then that is in trafficking. So
Okay.
no, he's not on trial for abuse. But yes, if he abused people, then that is under trafficking, coercion, abuse, and something else. So
Defense about to come through though. We'll see.
That
James,
nigga,
what's
that
that you?
nigga paid $6,000 for a man to travel from wherever the fuck he was
Right.
to where the fuck he was to hit his girlfriend
Nigga DoorDash some dick.
so he could beat off in the corner. So he could beat off and watch, nigga. This is what this whole thing is
That
about.
nigga got on the app and DoorDash some dick.
And it's only because it's Diddy. That's why it's making so much noise. Like, bro, it's a lot, man. This is a lot.
And the jury may see it that way. Like, man, this nigga rich. Because that is the defensive story. Like, man, this is rich. Just their day-to-day life, man. This is what they do.
Yeah.
Bro,
Why was Kanye there?
at the...
Just to show support at court that day.
Oh, so allegedly Kanye is Kanye, I guess, and Kim, because that would be the wife, or Kanye and the white lady. I guess Kanye and the white lady would be the mysterious couple that had to freak off with Jane.
Yeah.
So, and Kanye looked like
Oh, yeah, that was definitely the new wife.
We had guess Will and Jada because we kind of moved Kanye off the table because I was like, he married, but
You said that Kanye would have admitted to it already.
I feel like Kanye would have admitted to it. Don't y'all think?
I mean, it sound like it. Maybe that nigga ain't that crazy.
He get behind him. He get on the computer and say "fuck Jews." Why not
Yeah.
say, "Yo, I was at the freak off with Diddy, beating my meat." I was at the freak. I do freak offs and I beat my meat in the corner.
Diddy can get to him, so it's like maybe he just not.
I wonder if he ever did a freak off with Yes Jules. Now that I know
wow.
Kanye
Most
into the
definitely.
freak offs.
Most definitely.
Bro, them niggas probably be over there having magazine races, nigga. With each
What's
other.
that?
See who can nut faster.
Oh shit, that's that
Nasty
white boy
bastard.
shit. That's that white boy shit.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna
I
get
was
you.
listening to a white guy podcast this
man.
week, and he was saying like him and his friends was on there. He was like, man, he said he played ball with black guys, and he was like,